welcome back to my channel. If you're just tuning in and you're my returning subscribers, I thank you so much for tuning in and watching yet another video. If you're new here to my channel and you're just stopping by, we're so grateful to have you and we really welcome you. If you've gotten this far and you're watching another video with me, you guys are the so today I'm going to talk to you about I'm sorry, y'all, my allergies are acting up. Why your natural hair is not growing. So I'm not even just going to give you reasons, because most people, when they do come on, they give you reasons, but I'm kind of just going to give you a little bit of background information, like actual information about our hair, and then, you know, we'll go from there. If y'all like my hairstyle today, I would definitely be doing a tutorial on it. My little wash and go, you know, I use wet line because my hair was not as shrunken when my wash and goes would dry, so I can do a wet line wash and go for you guys too. I've never done it before, but with Eco Styling, y'all forget it does like shrink back up. My hair is very shrunken, so this is a bun back here, and I twisted these parts. So I'll be doing a tutorial on that, but right now we gonna get into why your natural hair is not growing. Y'all know, as usual, I took my little notes because, you know, I like to have the information. I like to have the facts. You know, people usually will come at somebody if they don't have information and facts, but I actually did physical scientific research, and that's how I got the information. So I like research a lot of stuff. I don't just be on here talking. So I just wanted to let you guys know and give you guys that disclaimer, you know, just letting you know. So without further ado, we will get started. So I'm gonna briefly just talk about the stages of hair growth and what happens in each, and then I'm going to tell you how this attributes to why it seems like your natural hair is not growing, because it could be for a lot of reasons, but this is just something that's very important to take into consideration also on top of other reasons that may be occurring. So the first thing is stage 1, which is the anagen phase. This lasts 2 to 7 years and it determines the length of our hair. So if you're in the anagen phase, which lasts 2 to 7 years, that's going to determine how long your hair is going to grow. So that's stage 1. That's the first stage. Stage 2 is the catagen phase, which is the transition phase. That lasts about 10 days, and the hair follicle shrinks and detaches from the dermal papilla. So basically, your hair follicle is shrinking within that time, and it lasts a little under 2 weeks. So, you know, there's that. So I'm just giving you guys kind of the science before I go into the facts. And then stage 3 is the telogen phase, this is very important. Pay attention to what I'm about to tell you. This is the telogen phase. This is the resting phase. So let me just explain it, because some people don't understand what the resting phase is and what happens with our hair. I will explain it. It lasts around 3 months, and 10 to 15% of our hair is in this phase. And whilst the old hair is resting, a new hair begins the growth phase. So in this 3-month time period that you see, your hair is resting. So it's growing, but it's it's going to seem like a very slow rate. Your hair is definitely resting right now at that time for that 3-month time period, or around that 3-month time period. So that's that stage 3, the telogen phase, the resting phase. Just stage 4 is the exogenous phase, which is the new hair phase. The old hair sheds away and the new hair continues to grow. And 50 to 150 hairs can fall a day, and that's considered normal and typical shedding. So I just wanted to explain it to you guys before I went in, because I don't think people understand that the different phases of hair growth. And I think once you understand that, you'll start to be able to understand a lot about your hair. So it's like, it's a lot. It's with research. I've had to research about my hair, so you know what I mean? All right, so I'm going to make this disclaimer too, because our people in particular, we have said this, and I'm just like, when I hear it, I'll be cringing. I'll be like, oh my gosh, like that, I cringe. So, and people are going to get upset, and if you decide you want to write comments, and that's fine, but most likely I'm going to delete them, or I'm going to just ignore it, and I'm going to go pray for you somewhere. So you know, you can write your comments if you feel the way you feel because you're entitled to an opinion, but you won't get a response from me. You'll probably be waiting as long as it took you to write that message to me that you were upset about you not agreeing. We can agree to disagree and you can have your opinions, but I'm not going to quarrel and argue with anybody. I'll go, that means the Lord laid it on my heart to pray for you, so we're just going to put that out there. All right, so dirt does not make your hair grow. Our culture, our people have particularly believed that for a long time. It is not dirt that makes your hair grow. Because if that's the case, I would not have hair on my head. Y'all know I wash my hair often, every 3 days to be every other day. Dirt does not make our hair grow. You know it does make your hair grow when you're not manipulating it and touching it. So when you have your hair in a protective style and you're not manipulating it or you're not touching it, that's why your hair is growing. It has nothing to do with the dirt. Actually, dirt clogs your hair follicles and the pores of your hair. And that's why it seems like for a long time that your hair is not growing, because it has no way, your hair has no way to breathe. Imagine you just having a bunch of products and things like that on your scalp. Your hair can't breathe. So it's going to seem like your hair is at a standstill. But I just wanted to kind of just make that disclaimer. Like, dirt does not grow your hair, guys. It doesn't. It's the fact that you don't touch your hair as much, and that is why your hair is growing. And it seems like it grew a lot. You didn't touch it. You wasn't messing with it. That's what grows our hair, not dirt. So I just kind of want to make that disclaimer, because if that was the case, I would be bald right now, and I'm not bald. I got hair. God blessed me with hair, but your girl had to come tell you that, like, dirt don't make our hair grow. It's not that. It's the fact that you leave your hair alone while it's in certain styles, and you know you don't mess with it as much. That's where the growth comes from. You're not doing the most with your hair. Like, that's the best way I could put it. All right, so now we're gonna get into the real reasons why your hair is not growing. So the first one is over manipulation. It's so funny, it piggybacks off my last one. Over manipulation. So I know it seemed like to y'all like, oh my God, she washed her hair a lot. Oh my God, she just had her hair in a bun. She just had her hair in a wash and go. Yeah, I'm doing these things, but it's still the same hairstyle. It's not, I'm not washing my hair over again every day and then doing something completely different and something completely new. It is literally the same hairstyle. And all I did with this was I put one hair tie on, wrapped around once in the back with this ponytail part, and I pinned it in with bobby pins. And this I just wrapped back. But I'm not, I guess for me, it, like breakage and stuff like that doesn't happen with me being in my hair, because I don't use, like, if you notice, I use my fingers all the time for everything, from parting to everything to combing my hair. I don't use combs, or, you know, I'll use a brush to lay my edges down, but I don't use combs. So there's that. That's something you gotta consider. You know, it's over manipulation. Like, you know, you don't have to jump on the newest hairstyle because you see it. You know, you could like let your hair relax, let your hair breathe, and let it do its thing, and it's gonna grow. But I wouldn't suggest keep messing in your hair every day, all the time, 24/7. I'm not saying anybody does it, but I don't think it's the best practices. Now, if I want to style my wash and go, that's fine. It's going to be styled like this until tomorrow's wash day. But, like, I just can't explain it. Like, when you're just doing the most with your hair, y'all know exactly what that looks like. Like, all right, I'm going to do my hair like this today. All right, I'm going to wash my hair and do something. Like, I don't do all that. My hair has to, like, go through a lot. And now that I got turbans and stuff, I don't even have to do all that. So there's that. The next tip is you don't take care of it. How you expect your hair to grow if you don't take care of it? You don't give it what it needs. You don't give it moisture. You don't give it trims. You don't, you know, just, you don't not over manipulate it. You do the most and you don't take care of your hair. That's another reason why your hair could just seem like it's not growing. You're not taking care of it. You gotta take care of your hair, and your hair will take care of you. You will be flourishing with the bundle. Not, I said flourishing with the bundles. You know how our hair is pretty. We are able to get the bundles. But you're going to be flourishing with your hair, and it's going to take care of you when you take care of it. So you got to take care of your hair. The next thing is you don't let your hair breathe between protective styles. Y'all gonna get on me about this. I already made my disclaimer, so you know we made that clear if y'all write the comments. But you don't let your hair breathe. It's cool to leave a protective style, and I would say for the longest, keep it in for like for 6 to 8 weeks. I feel like that's like a good enough time for you to keep it in and then take it out. Anything longer than that, you kind of pushing it. But I'm gonna get into that in my next point. But you don't let your hair breathe. You have to let your hair breathe once you take some braids or something like that out. Your hair has to breathe. You can't just go in and do protective styles back to back to back and not do trims if it's needed and not do the things, give your hair the nourishment that it needs with like deep conditioning and stuff like that. Because your hair is not going to grow doing that. It's going to seem like it's growing and it grew a lot, but a lot of that hair, when you go in, because it happened to me, it used to happen to me in college, I would leave my salons up for like 5 months, don't judge me, or and when I would go to the hair salon, they would have to cut a lot of that hair off because I would not know when to take a protective style out, and I wouldn't know when to take a protective style out. But on top of it, I wouldn't let my hair breathe. I would keep getting protective styles back to back to back to back to back. So in the process, I was damaging my hair because I would never let it breathe and give it what it needs. You want to let your hair breathe in between protective styles. The next one is you leave your protective styles in too long. I just piggybacked off of it. Like 6 to 8 weeks is the longest I would say. Don't leave it in no longer than that, because you run the risk of damaging your hair when you keep it in longer than 2 months. I wouldn't suggest that. You can, but I wouldn't suggest that. 6 to 8 weeks is a sufficient amount of time to keep a hairstyle in. The next tip is your hair is in the resting phase. So that is stage 3. And your hair is resting. And we need rest too, right? When we hustle and bustle and we go to work and we do what we need to do, at some point in time, you have to get rest so that you can be productive, so you can do things. Your hair takes about almost a 3-month hiatus from the constant manipulation of using heat and things like that. If you coloring and things like that, your hair needs time to rest just like you need time to rest. It might not even be that your hair is not growing. It might just be your hair is in the resting phase. And you got to just come to terms with it. And that's all right. I know for me, my resting phase is the wintertime. It's about to come up. In the summertime, in the spring, my hair flourishes and thrives. When the wintertime comes, like once like November, December, January hit, oh, my hair is resting at that point. I'm not really expecting too much growth because that's my resting phase. I've learned my hair that much to a point I know when my resting phase is. There's that. My next point is you have too many people in your hair. When I was in college, I made that mistake. I had one person, she did a phenomenal job with growing my hair out with someone's, and it took me a minute to find her. But I was letting other people be in my hair, so I was letting them dye my hair. I was letting them do all types of stuff. And like, if somebody is just, you know what I mean, they want somebody to practice on, they want to use you, they're going to be like, oh yeah, hey girl, I do hair, da 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 da. And if they haven't been doing it for a long time, when they do your hair, you run the risk of them damaging your hair if they don't, particularly if they haven't developed that skill and they haven't been working on that for a long time. It takes a long time to get good at something. Like, like I didn't learn how to take care of my natural hair overnight. I told y'all I've been natural for almost 2 years. It took me time and research and a lot of things to learn it. So I would say don't have too many people in your hair. The only person in my hair is me. I'm so excited. I have a how you trim your hair video tomorrow, so I will be shooting that, guys. So y'all will see my hair blowing out so I can trim it. I'm just making that disclaimer. But back to this. I'm the only person that touch my hair and take care of my hair. I don't let a bunch of different people be in my hair. Like my mother used to always say that if you really want your hair to grow and thrive, I wouldn't suggest having a bunch of people in your hair at one time. That's like not the safest bet. That's not the healthiest bet. That's not the best bet for you to do, is to have a bunch of different people in your hair. Like, if you got somebody that presses your hair out and that's your hairdresser, all right, cool. And if you got somebody particularly that you go to for your protective styles, like, all right, they install it, cool. But just make sure that those people are not only just trying to handle making the style look nice, but make sure that they are taking care of the health of your hair. You know what I mean? If you notice that your hair is not in the best conditions once you remove a style remove the style they've placed in your hair, then that might not be a person you want to continue getting your hair done by. You know what I mean? There's that. The next one is too much chemical processing. We already know dye. I kind of touched base on with it. Like if I was to overlap the dye that's in my hair, relaxers, perms, all that stuff. That can really stunt your hair growth. So, you know, you want to really, really just be careful with that, with how often you're doing it. Really read up on it. I read up on dye before I physically dyed my hair. I didn't just go in and be like, hey, I'm going to dye my hair. So there's that. The next one is lack of moisture. If you're not moisturizing your hair, it's like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? You want to grow your hair or you don't want to grow your hair? Like, what are you doing? You have to moisturize your hair. It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing in life that you feel like you don't need to moisturize your hair and you feel like it's going to thrive without moisture? It's like, what are you doing? You got to moisturize your hair. You want it to grow, moisturize it. You know what I mean? The next one is genetics. Like, that plays a major role. You know, just pay attention. Your genetics will be able to tell you, like, as far as hair growth. You can even ask people in your family, you know what I mean? Or just see it. You'll physically be able to see it as far as lengths. You know what I mean? On both sides of my family, I've had family members that they relatively grow pretty long hair, you know what I mean? So I got a cousin, her hair is down to her butt, you know? So it's just like your genetics kind of determine what your hair growth is going to be. So you just have to wait and see where it is your hair is going to stop at. The next one is you need a trim. You know, you got to clip your ends. I'm so excited to do my trim video tomorrow. It's coming. You got to know when your hair needs to trim. You need to listen to your hair so that way, you know what I mean? You got to know what it needs. So if it need a trim, give it a trim. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Trims don't help your hair to grow. They help to keep your hair healthy. I just want to make that disclaimer. You know, like, I got to take care of the ends of my hair because they're the oldest part of my hair. Your hair grew from your scalp, but all the hair that was on my scalp is now on my ends. I have to take care of those. I have to trim those away. They're old. They're the oldest part of my hair. If you notice, I put all my product on my ends because that's the oldest part of my hair. That's the part I got a baby. You got to take care of the ends. You got to trim them. You got to make sure that it's cool. It's not about, you know, you want it to look nice and have a shape because that's cool too. But it's to keep your hair healthy and to keep it growing. Your hair cannot be healthy without you getting a trim. I'm just making a disclaimer. Your hair cannot be healthy if you don't get trims. I'm just going to keep making that disclaimer. Okay? The next one is you have health issues like, you know, iron deficiencies, things with certain medications. They kind of alter with your hair growth. So that's just something to consider with, you know, growing out your hair and when it seems like it's not growing. Are you on medications for certain things that kind of can alter the hair growth and kind of stop it and stun it, or, you know, your hair may fall out? There's just so many different things you have to consider, but that's another thing to consider. The last one is not drinking enough water. I just started getting back into drinking enough water. I'm guilty of this. Boom. I wasn't before. I just started getting back into drinking enough water. But you need to drink water. A lot of my growth came from I was drinking water heavy. When I was at work, I always had a water bottle filled with water. But because I'm not working right now, I kind of been slacking on the stuff I've been doing. On top of that, I've been starting to gain weight. So I need to stop and get back in shape. But you gotta drink enough water, honey. Your skin is gonna be flowing. Like, that's on my skin. It looks like it's glowing. I drink a lot of water and a lot of other things, you know what I mean? So water is awesome and it's good for you, and I would advise you to drink it if you want to see some hair growth. All this, like, my edges and all that growing back, that came from drinking water, honey. So I really hope this video was helpful. I really hope I gave you guys some awesome information. If you decide to follow it, that's awesome. If you don't, you know, you can just save this if you want to a playlist to kind of reflect back. If you know, ever find yourself asking that question, like, why does it seem like my hair is not growing? Just take a look at those key factors and things that happen and occur and kind of just evaluate what you need to do, what you need to take away. That's what my hair journey has been doing, being evaluating what I need to take away or what I need to stop doing or what I need to start doing. So it's a lot of that. So if you guys haven't done so already, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I do videos literally every day, but I don't have a set time. But you know, if you subscribe and you hit that bell bar notification, you know when the videos is coming to your iPad, your phone, your computer, your tablet, all that good stuff. And you won't have to miss anything from me. And I literally do these videos every single day. So you get something fun every day. Tomorrow is trim day. So I'll be giving myself a trim. I hope this video was helpful and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.